Masha and the Bear is a very popular animated series that most children have seen at least once. The series first aired in Russia in 2009. It was originally only shown in Russia, but after it became popular worldwide, it has been translated into over 42 languages. But did you know that this animated series is based on a true story? It's not uncommon for animated series to be inspired by real people, but Masha and the Bear is a different story. The real-life Masha met a tragic end. In this video I will explain 3 things about Masha and the Bear. First, I will explain the plot of the animated series that is still airing on television today. Second, I will discuss the Russian folktale about Masha. Finally, I will reveal the sad truth about the real-life Masha. Now, we will come to the first part of the Masha and the Bear cartoon series. Masha is a very energetic girl, to the point that all the animals in the forest are afraid of her. One day, Masha wanders off and sneaks into a hut in the forest. The hut belongs to a retired circus bear. When the bear returns, he is surprised to see Masha inside his house. The bear initially tries everything to drive her home, but she refuses. Eventually Masha and the circus bear become friends. They begin their adventures together in the forest. However, the 2 characters in the Russian folktale are completely different. Masha is a girl who lives in a small village in Russia with her grandparents. Every day she would go into the forest with her friends to pick mushrooms and berries. One day, Masha also asked her grandparents for permission to go into the forest with her friends as usual, but this time they decided to go deeper into the forest. Her grandparents agreed, but they warned her about a very fierce bear that lived deep in the forest. Masha promised her grandparents that she would be careful, but after entering the forest, she lost her friend. Left alone and too scared, the girl screamed endlessly but to no avail. Night fell and Masha found a dilapidated hut. At first the girl thought it was just a hut of a villager, but after she stepped inside, she realized that it belonged to a giant bear, the fearsome creature that her grandparents had always warned her to stay away from. Masha tried to run away, but the bear stopped her from leaving. It took the girl hostage. The bear demanded that Masha cook for him every day, or she would become his food. Every day Masha cried, but she soon realized that that was not the way to help her escape. The girl thought of a plan to trick the huge bear. She agreed to cook for him every day on one condition, that every morning he must go out and gather 10 of the ingredients she needed for cooking. As the bear gradually became careless, that was also the time for her to carry out her plan. One day the girl made a lot of pies and waited for the bear to return. She then asked his permission to take the pies home for her family, and then she would return immediately, but the bear did not allow it. He told the girl that he would personally bring the pies to the village. Masha agreed, but she made a condition that during the entire journey, he was not allowed to open the basket. She also warned him not to try to fool her, because she would climb a tall tree and watch him throughout the journey. When the bear went outside to prepare for the journey, Masha took the opportunity to crawl into the basket. As promised, the bear carried the basket on his back and headed straight for the village. When it arrived in the village and had just placed the basket down, a pack of ferocious dogs barked and chased the bear out of the village. Finally, Masha crawled out of the basket and she was reunited with her family. That is the folktale of Masha and the Bear. Now we will come to a true story about the main character. It is said that in the 1820s there was a little girl named Masha who lived in a small village. The story begins when a circus came to the village and the girl was very excited about the appearance of a giant bear. Masha insisted on asking her parents to go to the circus to see the performance of the giant bear named Anatoly. That night her parents agreed to take her to the circus, but she missed the bear's performance. Masha was very sad, so she left the circus alone. When she just came out, she saw a very large iron cage, and Masha was overjoyed when inside was the giant bear, Anatoly, that she still wanted to meet. The girl tried to open the cage to release the bear, because her young mind thought it was just a normal pet. After finding the key, Masha opened the cage, but the bear attacked her immediately, and Masha could not survive the incident. Since then, the Russian government has been working hard to warn parents about the dangers of bears. They are required to keep their daughters away from this dangerous wild animal. And this is Creep Factor. Thank you for taking the time to watch the entire video. And if you like this video, please click like, share and subscribe to the channel for more interesting contents.